Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is the recap review for The Family Business. So, the episode started where it left off last time with some of the members of the family going down to where Curtis is being held. He is in the back of a police car. They trying to figure out what he doing down there. And because they found out his connection to LC, they called him immediately because if word got out that it was something else, like you can't just radio this in. Like let him handle it because if it had a got out some other kind of way, they would have had to answer the LC anyway. So it is what it is. Junior done rolled up on him like, what are you thinking? What is going on? Like everybody tired. The only person that's not really there in attendance of all the guys is Orlando. And it's pretty good that it's not because he is not a fan of this cousin at all. Now, he letting them know that he's there. And like I told y'all in the last episode of the recap review, he's there because the leads in Alabama are cold. Ain't nothing going on. He ain't even down in Alabama. He is back in New York and trying to set it off. So it is what it is. So like I told y'all before, Sasha and the bride to be are out and about and they are getting drinks and they're talking and it's being like a whole little nice little situation. And so she goes to the bar to get drinks and the person who is bartending is someone who she actually used to babysit back in the day. And so she's like, what are you doing here? Like, what are you literally doing here? Like, doing this job. So she let her know that, despite the fact that she's in a bar, it's great money. And, yeah, it's great money. I'm just trying to find her name. I don't know why I forgot. Sonia. So anyway, she's letting her know it's great money. She's going to NYU or something like that. And, she's tired a lot. It's a lot going on, but she's in school and the money's great. And so, she had already made her order and all this other stuff. These two dudes roll up talking about they want something to drink. And so Sonya like, okay, well, apparently their order is more important than mine. So go ahead and take their order first. But this heifer then gave the drinks away for free. And so she looking at her like, am I missing something? Like, what is this about? So she was like, did you see how fine he was? Shoot, I typically don't give the drinks away for free, but golly, he invited her to some kickback and all this other stuff. I'm like, girl, bye. Get your money. What the song say? Get that bread, get that head, and leave. What is going on here? What is going on here? But anyway, so she talking to her, and she gave her an update because she used to actually babysit her. So she knew her mama. She was real cool with her mama. She was like, we're doing well. We moved to Richmond or somewhere. Then we came back here because my stepfather passed away in like 2017 and we still making it. We doing all right. And I'm just like, girl, I'm still in confusion as to why you gave these drinks away, but go off though. So anyway, back at the house, it's breakfast time. Orlando done came in there and Rio done came in there and I'm like, it's smelling good up in here. Like it's Sunday morning and it's not, it's a weekday. It smelled like they mama cooked a big, good old country meal. And so Nevada in there tearing the food up. He was like, nah, grandma didn't cook this. Nah, Sonya didn't cook this. So Orlando tearing the food down, like past the turkey bacon and all of that. Like I'm trying to see what's going on. Like these eggs are too fluffy for it to be London's, who is Tammy Roman's character. So he tearing the eggs up. And then Curtis appears because Curtis is the one who was cooking the food. And so Nevada was like, he cooked it. Man, Orlando turned around mid-chew and was like, what we not finna do is this. He spit the eggs out and everything. So then Curtis was like, well, how was it? Child, he done rolled up on him. He rolled up on his nephew like, you could have said something before now. Like, really? How long has he been here? He was like, well, he just got in last night. So he's in the dark. Everybody knows how Orlando get down. Everybody know he tied to his spirit. So he didn't, he wasn't notified. Now he was in the lab because y'all know that he is the one who created Heat. And like he really is smart. Like he in the drug game, but he really is smart. And like for you to know what to put together in order to not blow up labs and all of this stuff, you hear about these people having these mass explosions and fires and things in these meth labs and all that other stuff. Yeah, he don't do that because he know what to do. He knows what chemical compounds go together and all of that. So yeah, he's very, 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 very smart. That's why when I first saw this show, I was like, oh, because I never read the books, but when I saw his character, I was like, oh, okay. Like I love him as an actor. He ages exceptionally well. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so I was like, okay then. But yeah, he feels out of the loop because he trying to figure out why Curtis is there. Because he was like, aren't you supposed to be in Alabama chasing leads on Brother X? And so he was like, no, man, like I thought you was, the head over this operation. Like I thought you were the one in control of this operation. Didn't they tell you that everything is leading me back to here? Curtis literally hates New York, but he loves more money more than he loves, New York. So that's the only reason why he went on ahead and did it, and his family. Like he doing the most out here. And so Orlando is over. He was like, nah, didn't nobody tell me nothing. So he stormed off. And I'm like, boy, you just go somewhere and sit down. So Brother Minister is over in I never know how to say this correctly. I'm probably about to mess it all the way up, and I apologize in advance. What is it? The United States I don't know what it is, y'all. There's like a plane or something named after it or some more. Like, I don't know. Ermites. I don't know what is going on. Y'all know what it is. But anyway, he over in a whole nother place trying to strike up this deal with some fellow Muslims from another mother, right? And so he actually has one of the members of the flock, one of the people who are in the brotherhood, and he's trying to do an arranged marriage. And for them to conjoin the families, it just brings in more money. And so he went to go find the daughter. He sent his son to go find the daughter, the man who Brother Minister is meeting up with. And he was like, she's gone. So he was like, what you mean she gone? I sent you to go get your sister. Go get her. Hustle. So he's over here apologizing to Brother Minister. He done had this man to come from out the car or wherever he was at to come meet this heifer, and she ain't know where to be found. Like, he tired of his spirit. Because he like, all right, this is messing up the money. What is going on? So anyway, back at the house, Curtis and Tammy, Tammy's character, London, they're talking. And so this is when she finds out that he is in New York for the purpose that he's in New York for. So she's like, kind of like, wait a minute. Like, what you mean? Like, I'm prepared. I'm good. Like, but my children have not been trained for this. Like, her kids are still young. And like she's still trying to keep them innocent in all of this. And she going through the foolishness that she go through with Harris. At this point, put a bullet in him. I'm tired. Like, but anyway, we ain't even gonna get that. We got time. We got time. Let me just say that. We got time. But yeah, she's talking to him, finds out that he's there. And so she was like, yeah, you're gonna have to put a stop to this, because he was trying to talk to her about her business, because she's trying to be over her own weed business, but legal and all this other stuff. And so he talking about, oh, well, you need to name one of the strains or whatever after me. You know what I'm saying? Have him coming to you like, man, let me get some of that Curtis. I was like, shoot, he talking about some of that Curtis Kush. I was like, for me, if I ever was to partake of any of that stuff, let it be an edible. Give me a piece of that Curtis cookie or something, child, because I need an edible in my life. I feel like I'm going to do an edible at some point in time. When, I don't know. But I might not even need it, because alkaline life is everything. And I was considering it when my arthritis was killing me and all that. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so, she's in her feelings, and she kind of looking like, all right, now, like, you need to be careful when dealing with him, because you don't understand what we have gone up against. So he over here like, I got it under control. I'm going to do what I need to do. It's going to be over with. You ain't got to worry about me. Alejandro done rolled up on his wife again. And, like I said, he has her locked away. She over here begging for him to let her leave and let her go and all this other stuff. He was like, no, I'm about to go handle some business. And I think I'm going to go see about your son. Because, the son that she has is not with him. It's with Vegas Duncan, who is in jail. And so he didn't know about this until, like, she was under the impression that he was dead. And it's like, you gonna add insult to injury. Yeah, y'all marriage wasn't necessarily the greatest, but she had a whole relationship with him, had a baby with him, that he knew nothing about. Then he finds out that that she's sleeping with Elsie Duncan's best friend. So it's like, you, like, what? Like, it's too much going on. So he leaving her to her own devices to basically do nothing. But she is on the other side of a wall and she hears somebody. And she's like, who's there? So we'll get to that later on. So anyway, now the men are having a meeting with the police because they want to know, like, what did they hear, what's going on, because too much is going on. Like, they already knew what was going on with Curtis, but now they're getting word that this heifer, the heifer who, what's his name? Orlando that was leading up his lab, who he fired like last season or whatever season it was. This heifer then popped up at the house. And so a report was filed. Some kind of report came up trying to make it seem like she's filing something against him and alleging that he is this drug dealer, drug kingpin. Like, it's like incriminating stuff that she has filed a report on him against the family and all that, and alleging that this is what Orlando is. And so Elsie, like, who is Brandy or whatever the hell for that? Is it Brandy? Don't tell me I got her name right too without even looking it up. But anyway, he was like, who is Brandy? And he was like, man, Pop, that's the woman who I had Harris to fire. So he was like, don't you try to tell me that you got the police over here in my face talking about some heifer you was screwing. And Elsie be tired of his spirit, man. I be here for it when he go off. Ernie be setting it off when he go off on his children, and I be so here for it. They be needed, though. They be needing it. Okay, y'all, so before I get to the next part, okay, so I was thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. Do I remember what Elsie's real name is? Is it Labernius? Y'all, did I get it right? I swear I was like, don't tell me I'm on a roll. This is so random because I can't even remember nobody from Sisters. And I watch that from week to week. I ain't seen this in months. And I watch it once a year. Like, is that man's name Lavernius or something like that? I was so tired when I actually thought that his name was one of those names like what they used to do back in the day. There were so many men at my church whose names were literally AC, LC, RL, like RL, stuff like that. That literally was their name. Their name was two initials, and that was it. There was no abbreviation. It was literally those initials. But that man's name, is it Lavernius? I was like, wait, I remember because his wife or somebody like got real serious, or somebody said that. I was like, did they just say that man's name was Lavernius? But anyway, y'all, let me stop. Okay, so Alexander, who is the competition, his daughter linked up with Sebastian. She was supposed to kill somebody because she's an assassin too. I already told y'all, I always found this to be so like interesting that like the leads in this show and like the people who are in cahoots with one another, or they are against one another, they come from a background of just ninjas and assassins and all this stuff. Sage. Now, if you don't know who she is, she's in Down in the Valley where them girls get naked. Brandy. So named Brandy in real life. Yeah, the woman that's the main character on that show. I don't know why I always want to say the pink, but y'all know what I'm talking about when I do this song. Golly, I don't know why I can't think of the song. But anyway, yeah. I can't think of the show. But yeah, I can't wait for it to come back. I think it come back next year. Everybody has been so angry about that taking so long to come back, but it is what it is. But Sage is trying to understand, why she's here, and Sebastian trying to figure out why she done popped up or whatever. And, she's having a moment because she actually is about to get paid. She killed somebody. I think she killed some man named Hector. And he was like, if you did the job, then yeah. So she was like, would I be here if I didn't do the job? So he done wired some money to her. Then Sebastian got wired a finder's fee. And Sebastian's one of the people like, let me check my phone. Sage didn't. I think Sage the type of person where like, if you try to play me, when I actually do decide to go look at my account and see the money ain't there, then you gonna know what time it is. So she didn't look at nothing. but Sebastian did. Y'all know, like I told y'all before, Sebastian's all about money. So she was like, yeah, I did the job. I did what I was supposed to do. So they are having another situation where he wants someone else to get killed. And guess who it is? His sister. Now, this is the sister who, at one point in time, she has had dealings with, she's like best friends or like was like really close to Sage at one point in time, but she kind of felt some type of way. She was like, wait a minute. Like, she's actually had to work with this family before. And it's crazy because she's working for them in this moment. So it's like, wait a minute, baby, what you mean you want me to kill your sister? Like, what you talking about? So, she was like, well, I'll do the job, but okay. Like, Sebastian don't care. Like, Sebastian don't care. He like, look, just as long as y'all run me my finder's fee, and because it went so flawlessly, let me know what it is. Because when he passed them the paperwork, he was like, okay. She looked at the paperwork and was like, so, of course the brother needs to know, is there going to be a problem with this? But yeah, they have this chemistry, and I'm here for it. That's another thing. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. So anyway, tell me why we see Sasha. She done rolled up at Brandy's house, and she like, Helfa, I'm going to need for you to get out of town because you are stirring up drama. And I don't know what you thought you heard about us. Listen, we are the Duncans, and we will end you. I'm telling you, they so tired. Charlotte even showed up, and that's Orlando's mama. Orlando's mama done got tired of her spirit too, and she rolled up. And I'm like, whenever y'all make her get up out the bed, when she got to leave the house to come set it off, be glad if you don't get maimed or killed in the process, because I don't even think she slapped this heifer, but she threatened her and told her, I'm going to need for you to leave New York, go somewhere, get a new identity, do whatever you're going to do, get up out of here and disappear, and ain't nobody got time for you. Get up out of here. And if you are still here after a certain date, curtains, hang it up flat screen, all of that. So I was like, y'all done went woof. I'd be so here for it, y'all. So anyway, back at the house, Curtis is like, I got some stuff I got to do, and I am looking for Brother X. And so everybody be in their feelings when Curtis come around. And so she done rolled up on him, and she was like, look, I got to go out of town with Nevada. We're going to go see his mama and, his relatives. Like, he got to go see his uncle. I think he going to go see his uncle, who is Consuelo's brother. The brother who tied his spirit of her. Oh my gosh, that brother cannot stand, because Consuelo be trying people, so I understand why he don't like her. But like, he really tried him. That brother is everything, though. He be killing me. We gonna get into him later on. But anyway, so she's like, please tell me you're gonna behave yourself while I'm gone. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. Cool. So then we see Sebastian at a club, and he is trying to get ready for a meetup. And I'm just like, bruh, please go somewhere and sit down. Okay, y'all, so I told y'all that we were going to talk about London's husband at some point. I am so sick and tired. I've been sick and tired of him pretty much off rip, because you can tell that he's a leech. But I didn't know how bad it was outside of the abuse that was going on up until now. So he got a whole child with a side heifer, right? And I remember this woman from a Tyler Perry TV show that used to come on. That's the first time I really remember seeing her. She still looks amazing. Like, she doesn't age, apparently, unless she ages backwards. I don't know what her name is on this show, but anyway, she his baby mama. London has no idea that this is a situation that has happened. She don't know about no outside child. She don't know about this heifer. Of course she knows he cheats because he's trash, and he treats her like trash. So if she don't know, I'm pretty sure she has inferred that this is what goes on, and it is what it is, and she gonna go do what she want to do because she wants nothing to really do with him like that, and she pretty much with him for the kids. So I'm like, child, you done did the most. Like, she done set it off, because she was like, your daughter needs you. She needs to be in your life, whatever. If you would return my phone calls, then I wouldn't have to roll up on you like this. I was like, Mia, you done went woof. So anyway, the dummy, Brandy, or whatever her name is, she done went to a function where Alexander's son is at. And she done met him. And she's so stupid that she don't know that she thinking that she's using him as a mark in some way or whatever. He using her. He done already read up on her, and he already know he fine, because he is fine. He already know he fine and that she probably will fall for him. She over here thinking that she a boss and that she doing something. She just sent somebody over to him with her information and like trying to get him to, look her way and all this other stuff. I'm like, girl, bye. So anyway, they end up linking up at some point. Child, guess what though? Guess what? Okay, so the white heifers that are always with Sebastian, they were told that they weren't needed to be by Sebastian's side. Sebastian was going to have a meetup like downstairs somewhere out of town. And so one of them was in the tub and the other one was waiting on her. And he called her and was like, baby, go get her and tell her to come downstairs. We got to celebrate or whatever. So this heifer that got off the phone excited. She was like, baby, you got to get ready. Child, this heifer went in the bathroom, blood all over the place. So she looking like, oh my God, like she really trying to figure out what the hell that went down. Child. Little did she know that she was in for a rude awakening. Alexander's wife is tired of her spirit because they tried her. She the type of person, I don't care if she feels like you looked at her sideways. Or if she feels as though you didn't say hello pleasant enough for her, you might get killed. So anyway, she done killed both of them heifers. And I'm like, ma'am, you done went all the way off. So like I done told y'all before, the brother and the daddy that sat up here and put a hit out on this heifer. And he want to make sure that everything is a go. And I'm like, child, you done went off. You done went off to kill this heifer. Like I said, the dumb heifer Brandy that sat up here, she thinks she doing something. Why you think you got something? She done sat up here to slept with this man. He over here telling her, it is what it is. Like she really just sat up here in all of less than 12 hours. I ain't even finna get her 24. In less than 12 hours, this heifer like, oh, I'm not gonna leave the city. I'm gonna be with him. He's just so fine. Oh my gosh. And then he starts running down information like, oh, I know exactly who you are. And I want you to be able to replicate heat and all this other stuff. And it's like, girl, get out your feelings. Everybody been using you from jump. They was using you for what they wanted. And they trying to use you for the same thing. You might as well get paid for it. My thing is, I would have been like, can you just have me to be in a whole nother city? Because these people about to kill me. I'll do it. If I'ma still be trash, I'ma do it. But she dumb. So she's sitting up here, you know what, matized. And he over here talking about, well, as long as you're with me, you'll be safe and you'll be fine. You can believe that if you want to, heifer. Believe that if you want to. Apparently, you don't know what it's hidden for. So anyway, imagine Sebastian rolling up. He looking for everybody. He talking about, I've been waiting on y'all downstairs for like over an hour. He done went in the bathroom. Lord. Child, they dead. He did the classic slide down the wall. He tied in his spirit. Both these heifers dead. Dead, something terrible. Child, this was a good episode. This was a good episode. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching this. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Give this video a thumbs up. Let's get down in the comments section and discuss this. Did y'all like this? Because I thoroughly enjoyed this season, if I do say so myself.